Hi guys, it's BuffaQ again. Tonight I'm finally bringing you a video that I've been intending to do for a long time now. This is my North American Arms Guardian in 32 ACP. This is one of the first pocket pistols I ever carried. It's been in my family for, maybe 10, maybe a little over 10 years now. This isn't the firearm that started my obsession with pocket pistols, but it is one of the ones that kind of helped fuel that interest. Many of you know that I did a video a while back on the North American Arms Guardian M380, and I'll go ahead and tell you up front, try to save you a little time here. My feelings on the Guardian in 380 and then the feelings on the Guardian in 32 are completely different. I am not a very big fan of the 380 Guardian, simply because I feel like if I'm going to carry a 380, I personally would rather carry a 380 that's lightweight, slim, compact. Basically, the biggest thing there being lightweight. And the North American Arms Guardian in 380 is not a lightweight firearm. It's an incredibly well-built firearm. And as far as enjoyment of shooting, you would probably enjoy shooting the... Well, I don't know, because the trigger pull is not great. You might enjoy shooting the 380 Guardian more so than, say, maybe like a Ruger LCP. I don't really fall into that category. I would rather shoot the Ruger, to be honest, but the 380 North American Arms definitely has a lot more weight to it, and so maybe it's a little bit more enjoyable to shoot. But in terms of carrying, in terms of EDC, deep concealment, I just don't really care for the 380. It's a little bit heavy, it's a little bit chunky for me. However, this is not the case with this firearm. I really, really like the Guardian in 32 ACP. I think it's very well built, just as anything from North American Arms. All the firearms I'm about to show you have been safety checked, by the way, including this one. It's well built, frame-wise, dimensions-wise. It's much smaller than the 380. And yes, it's quite a bit lighter than the 380. And that to me was the biggest thing. I just don't care for that heavy weight that you get with the other model. Just for size comparison, let me show you guys kind of how this stacks up compared to, let's start with, here it is compared to my Colt 1908, okay, just for size comparison so you can sort of see there. Sorry, let me get my, there we are. Not a whole lot of difference in print, okay? The 32 obviously has a little bit more width to it. Sorry guys, I'm struggling with this light. But as far as overall footprint, not a huge difference between these two, okay? If you put one in one pocket and the other in the other pocket, I don't know that I'd be able to tell you exactly which one was which, okay? So, weight, the 32 Guardian comes in at 15.6 ounces. 15.6. The Colt here, which is in 25 ACP, this is a Colt 1908. The Colt comes in, let me check it on my scale here. Yeah, it's maybe 13.5, maybe about 13.5. So these are basically the same. Well, they're very close in dimension. And this firearm, which is a 32, is only about 2 ounces heavier than the Colt 25, okay? So a lot of you would think, well, I'd much rather carry the 32 because it's not that much heavier. And that would make sense to me. I would tend to agree with you. All right, but let's compare it with something a little bit more modern, yet still in the same realm. All right, here's my much beloved Keltec P32. Okay, first generation. This firearm weighs a astonishing, that's not even quite 8 ounces. Now this is unloaded. On my scale it shows like 7.9 or something like that. Okay, this is like a joke, okay, in terms of weight. Both firing the same caliber, okay, these both being in 32 ACP. Let's look at these dimensions. Trying to get the shadow out of it so you can see. Don't know if that's in focus, but that gives you a better idea. There we are, of dimension. All right, not a huge difference, but you can really tell. I mean, it really shows up, especially in this back part of the slide on the North American Arms. It's a little bit chunkier, okay, than the Keltec. The Keltec is really, really thin, really trim. Okay, very easy to carry. Love carrying my Keltec P32. All right, so basically for me, it's sort of a call of, are you in the mood to carry something that, yes, is a little bit heavier, but is much more well built? Because there's no question that the quality between this and the Keltec, this is the far superior firearm as far as craftsmanship, quality of components, that sort of thing. Yeah, this is a much better firearm than the Keltec. However, 8 ounces ish versus 15.6. All right, so I mean it's literally like carrying 2 of these. I mean, almost exactly like carrying 2 Keltecs for the weight of this one. It obviously has a very long, stiff trigger pull. Sorry, I just made myself laugh. Heavy trigger pull, no safety on the North American Arms, just the same as all their other Guardian models. Okay, again the 380, and they also make one in 25 ACP, but it's actually no, I got that wrong. It's not 25 ACP. It's 25 NAA. All right, which I've never even seen one of those in person. I know that they do make one, and it's basically a 25, or it's a 32 ACP necked down into a 25 ACP cartridge, I believe. I think that's how I read it. At any rate, there's nothing fancy, there's nothing complicated about this. All right, double action only, long, heavy trigger pull. Magazine, 6+1 capacity. I do like the magazine with the North American Arms. It feels well built. Okay, it doesn't feel cheap or like I don't know. It's got the spring's got nice tension on it. I know that's silly, but on a lot of these pocket pistols, you kind of get these little cheap, cheesy feeling magazines, and that's not what you have with this. All right, so basically, guys, my take on this is that, and there's a quick look of what your sights basically are. All right, the same as the 380 Guardian. My take on this is I really like this firearm due to its size. You slip it in a sleek little inside the waistband holster like that, or a little pocket holster like, well, I'm not sure where I put it. Anyway, you can carry this pretty deeply without anybody really being any the wiser. All right, so if you haven't checked one of these out, guys, pick one up sometime. If you ever see one at a gun shop, pick it up for yourself, see what you think. I think you will really feel like, this is a quality item. It's built well. It does have some heft to it, but that's also kind of what we come to expect from a great company like North American Arms. Okay, so hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section. We'll see you next time.